Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brendan Thick Boy Schaub.
Yes, sir. What is poppin'? Who's the new kid? New vibes. We're in the new studio. As you can tell, looking a little different right now. We started moving everything, on Thursday, Chin?
Even later than that, I think.
Late Friday, Thursday, probably Friday. Started on Friday. Chin was working over the weekend. I was in Miami working the Gamebred fights. It's coming together. It takes a village.
Takes a little more time, yeah.
By village, I mean 2 guys, me and Chin. That's the village. But we'll get there. So it's a little raw right now, but we'll get there. Trust that, fam. We will get there. It just get slowly better, and then we're cruising, man. We're not at cruising altitude right now. We're just kind of. It's a little turbulent. I'm gonna lie to you, a little turbulent right now in the studio, but we'll get there. New spot's dope. New spot is dope, and it's gonna look great once we get going. We have officially changed due to the fans voting. We've officially changed from the Shop Show to the Big Brown Breakdown, the original. We're going back to the roots. We're going back. So this is now the Big Brown Breakdown. I'm not going to lie. Chances of me calling it the Shop Show, pretty good for a little bit. But, Big Brown Breakdown. We're working on the video package on the video side. So send it to my guys. If there are video guys out there, we need a new intro that matches the song sang by the great Skylar Aston. So we need to get that popping. We got guys working on it. But if you're good at that, hit me up, DM me, or email thefighterandthekidshop@gmail.com, and we can figure it out. But we got to get going pretty fast here for that video intro. But if you're an audio listener only, you're like, man, thing's ready to go. You're not seeing the studio. You're not seeing the video package. So, yeah, you're ready to go. But as you guys are listening to this, it is Monday morning right now. By Tuesday, when this comes out, the Big Brown Breakdown thumbnail should be on your Apple, Spotify, the rebranding, all that stuff. The YouTube side of things is a little slower. Takes a little longer to catch up. But we'll get there, fam. Trust it. So, Big Brown Breakdown, here we are. Fresh off the plane from Miami, Gamebred FC went down on Friday night. I was fortunate enough to call it with the great Jimmy Smith, who's an absolute professional. The venue was insane. I think they placed WNBA games there, but just the way it's set up, man, Apex could take some notes from that place because it's intimate like the Apex with the screens, the big LED screens. This thing was dope, man. And boy, did the celebs come out, and it's not because of me. It's Yoel Romero brings them out. He had Shaquille O'Neal, if he was doing steroids, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was there, Aiden Ross, one of the little pumps or little runts. I'm too old for that shit. But there's a lot. Dude, there's a funny moment, and someone's going to send me this. I'm sure they'll send me this picture. It's Miami. So, hoes everywhere. And they dress up. It's Miami. And there's dudes who, I think Miami was the number one most in shape city, right? So we're there, and, girls in tight skirts, guys with the tightest tees you ever seen, some missing sleeves, ripped jeans. They look good. Everybody's in shape. And, dude, I'm on air. I forget which fight it was. And me and Jimmy are talking out of the corner of my eye. This lady walks across, dude. You want to talk about cannons? Cannons? I was lost for words. I'm talking, and not like cool cannons, I'm talking, this is some shit you'd see on TLC or one of those HBO, like, In My Body shows. A basketball wouldn't do it justice. They're not basketballs. They're, those beach balls you play with? It was that. And, dude, I just couldn't keep a straight face. And I was laughing, and Jimmy was like, hit me under the table. And, dude, I could not stop laughing. Very immature. But, buddy, it was fucking hilarious. I mean, you never see anything like this. I'm telling you, someone's gonna find that girl, and you never see anything like it. Wild. But yeah, great night of fights. Some great fights. Some interesting fights. Yo Romero's a freak, but it was a good time, man. It was a good time. So your boy's back now. I was able to watch on Saturday, I would say early afternoon. I didn't go on social media, so I was able to not get any spoilers for the UFC fight night in Australia, Perth. Jack and Prates. Oh boy, tough night for the Aussies. Besides Killian Salkeed, who looked phenomenal, looked absolutely phenomenal, and he's your guy, right? Tough night for the Aussies. Heartbreaker with Tai Tuivasa. Here's the issue with Tai Tuivasa. We all love him. He's your favorite drunk uncle. But at some point, that drunk uncle keeps showing up to the barbecues and he's more and more drunk. And then now it gets to the point where it's out of hand and it's not fun anymore because he's hurting himself. So for Tai, this is 7 losses in a row. It would be one thing if they're like back and forth and you could see some tweaks here and tweaks there. But it just seems like the motivation, the preparation, it's slowly diminishing. So you're getting worse and worse and worse performances, and that's how you know it's time to hang it up. I'm never one to tell a guy to retire or who knows what his financials are. He has wife, kids, mortgage. I don't know what's going on in his life. So whenever someone's like, he needs to stop, I'm like, really? Are you going to hire him? Like, this is his means to make a living. So I always hate when people are like, he just needs to stop. It's like, yeah, it's easy because you don't have to worry about his nut every month, stuff like that. So it's easier said than done. This is all he does. So I'm not saying he needs to completely stop fighting, but probably stop fighting at the UFC level. I think the guy he fought was ranked 40th in the UFC on the heavyweights. 40. There's only, I think, 40 contractual heavyweights in the UFC. So this is the UFC brass trying to put Tai over, trying to do him a favor, gave him the worst guy possible. It was even a late replacement, and he still couldn't get it done. He still couldn't get it done. Still cannot get it done. Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. It's how it goes. It's how it goes. I could see Tai doing some Gamebred or some bare knuckle boxing, or Misfits. I don't think he needs to completely stop. But as far as fighting in the UFC at the highest level, it's probably time to stop, Bubba. And the difference between him and a lot of people, well, Tony Ferguson lost how many in a row? 6, 7, whatever the hell he lost. 8. Look at Tony's strength of schedule. They didn't do Tony any favors. They didn't give Tony the 40th ranked lightweight on the planet. He was fighting monsters. Like, lost to Justin Gaethje, lost to Charles Oliveira, lost to Michael Chandler, pretty fucking good. Lost to Nate Diaz, pretty damn good. Lost to King Green, pretty damn good. Lost to Paddy Pimblett, okay. And then lost to Michael Chiesa, okay. So Tony was against the odds there as he's deteriorating. With Tai, they're trying, like, dude, here, you should be able to beat this guy. It's just not happening. So there's no comparison. He probably needs to quit competing at the highest level. But he can make money elsewhere with his fist. God, that record stuff. And it's not like he's going out on his shield either. The power doesn't seem to be there anymore. The recklessness doesn't seem to be there anymore. Yeah.
He gets tired so fast. I mean, obviously he's a heavyweight, but he gets tired so fast, it seems.
That would be a discipline training issue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
he might be partying a lot. He might know, he's lost so many in a row. So he's like, all right, I'm going to keep riding this ship out till they tell me I can't ride anymore. He posted this, Bam Bam Tuivasa. Sorry, in all caps. I tried. I felt good. No, you didn't. I put in the work to get the result. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I doubt that, Bubba. I feel like I cannot let my fans down again. Back to the drawing board for me. Cunt of a sport. But I will never give up. You got to put me out for me to give up. Yeah. And I love him. And I don't think he's going to lose any fans because, again, he's your drunk uncle. But it's time to stop. When he goes, oh, man, I felt good. I put in all the work.
That's the part I was just like, I don't know if he actually.
No, and he knows he's not, But hopefully he finds a home somewhere else. But it shouldn't be in the UFC. Just shouldn't be in the UFC. It's a segue into JDM and Jack Della Maddalena. I picked Jack to win this fight. Based off of, so you got dominated by Islam. You got dominated, and you're never going to beat him. You're never going to be champ. All good. Islam does that to most guys. But there were signs in that fight, like you could see on his face, the grimace of the pain and the losing. And, he didn't really seem present. His game plan wasn't working. So you can be like, all right, that's just a wash. He wasn't mentally there. It's a tough night in the office when you fight Islam. He's pound for pound number one. No harm, no foul. Live to fight another day. Then you get Carlos Prates, where in the Islam fight, you're like, okay, wrestling, grappling really isn't Jack's thing. If somebody fights him and keep it on the feet, that's his world. That's Carlos Prates. That's his world. So I'm like, all right, dude, now it's in your favor, dude. You're this great boxer and the pressure, like this can be a tough fight for Carlos. And I don't know what mentally is going on with Jack, but it just seems like the defeat of Islam just took the wind out of his sails. And I understand this because when you get to the UFC, the goal is to become champ, and then you get hit with reality. And he went far. He went all the way to as close you could get to being champ. And then you realize, I will never beat that guy. Now, some guys take that and go, all right, I got to get to work. I can do certain things that I could see. I could get maybe an opportunity here, and I could beat him here. But it just seems like it just took the wind out of sails. And mentally, that can mess a lot of guys up. And then in the Carlos Prates fight, especially coming off a loss like that to Islam, you would hope there'd be this reignited fire to get back to work and display your skill set and prove why you're ranked number one. And boy, was that not there. And the UFC did you a solid putting in Perth, and Carlos Prates was just like, oh, you're a boxer? Cool. I'm going to throw these fucking knees up the middle and make your life a living hell. And he beat him worse than Islam. And where this one's going to hurt is because now the Islam excuse is, all right, I'm not at his level grappling, but you want to keep it on the feet, I would have had him. Cool. And then you have this false sense of skill in your mind where, dude, if I could just keep it standing, I'm going to beat Islam. Okay. And then they give you Carlos. You're like, yep, it's on the feet, bro. Good luck. I'm ranked number one. And then you get annihilated on the feet. Now it gets tough. Today's tough for Jack. Today's tough. Because you get hit with this reality where you're not as good as you thought. You're never going to be champ. You've lost 2 in a row. And there's some bad Bama Jammas in front of you. It seems to be a mental thing for Jack, Man, that was tough to watch. The leg kicks and I've never seen a guy like I know it hurts when you get hit in the leg, but I've never seen someone show that much emotion on their face from a punch, a kick, and an elbow. I haven't seen it continuously. You gotta have poker face, and that was the opposite of poker face. Carlos looked phenomenal.
And Jack's coach, do you remember when he came back to the corner? He's like, no, none of that. Like because Jack was showing pain, and the coach is whatever. He just Yeah, and his posture and his mentality, between rounds, I'm like, he's cooked, dude. Yeah.
He was beat before he even got in there.
But you're saying Carlos is badass.
He was badass, but so is Jack. But then, again, when you get your ass whooped like that by the champ and, reality clicks in where it's like, oh shit, I'm never going to be champ. I got to figure this out. And now you get beat on the feet. Now this is this tough conversation to have, very tough conversation. I don't know what's next for him because ranked number 1, they probably put him down to like 6 or 7. Division's pretty stacked. It doesn't get easier. That's the issue. Like the UFC is not a time to figure out yourself. The UFC isn't an organization where you're like, all right, I need to work on this, and then I'm going to take 2 years off. He's going to get tossed a fight in the next 6 months. And the division is very, very competitive and very tough. So he's ranked number 1. Ian Machado Gary go up to number 2. Michael Morales, they should do Michael and Carlos Prates next because JDM's going to fight, Ian Machado Gary is going to fight Islam next for the title. That's the rumors, right? Pretty sure that's happening. So then you do a title eliminator between Michael Morales and Carlos Prates, and take my money. Take my goddamn money. That's tough to see. It's tough to fucking see. Killian looked fantastic, dude. He's only 26, too. That kid's a problem. He's fun to watch, too. Steve Urshik got it done against Tim Elliott. Tafa at light heavyweight looks damn good. Kobe Thickness got it done. Overall, good card. Just a little... You didn't feel great when you walked away from that main event. You're just like, oh, fuck, it's over. Fuck, you hate to see it. But it seems to be it's something here, man.
Yeah.
Something there. Good news is you can't stay sad for too long because you have UFC 328 this mother trucking Saturday. You got Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean mother trucking Strickland. Dude, this card, especially the main card, is so stacked. It's such a good card. And I'm pretty sure they're doing a press conference. And I think it's just the main event and co-main event with Strickland and Khamzat. I was thinking about this on the way in. Strickland always says wild shit, right? And that's kind of his thing. It's a bit of a gimmick. It's a bit of a bit, right? And some of the stuff, especially when it comes to religion and goat fucker and all this stuff, those dudes from Chechnya and Dagestan and Russia, they take it pretty personal. And so I was thinking, it's clearly a thought out play by Sean Strickland to really get a rise out of Khamzat. And Khamzat in the interviews is like pretty calm, cool, collected. I can guarantee you those guys from that part of the world take it so personal, and it is going to piss them off. So if you remember, it's like, remember when Conor was talking so much trash to Jose Aldo, and he goes, I just wanted him to get so aggressive, so upset, he opened himself up, which he did. He fought with all this passion and anger, rushed at Conor face first, and got clipped. But Conor is a knockout artist. My thing for Strickland in doing this and building this hatred that Khamzat has for him and just fueling the fire, it's different than what Conor was doing with Jose Aldo, where Strickland's not a knockout artist in any facet. He's a volume puncher. So it doesn't make sense to piss off this Chechen with some of the shit he's saying, because it's not like Sean's going to clip him and knock him out. That's not his forte. Sean's not a power puncher. So why else would he do it? I guess maybe his camp and his logic behind it is if we can get Khamzat to get out of his game plan, which is to methodically and very smart fighting IQ to methodically take Sean Strickland down and go for a submission and just beat him up on the ground and be smart about it and pressure him, get him against the cage and take him down, rinse and repeat until we find a submission. If Sean's, maybe he's thinking, all right, this guy against Gilbert Burns, against Kamaru Usman, got out in front of his skis, didn't fight the smartest fights. And if I'm Sean's camp, I'm thinking that's our best chance is to get this guy to not fight like he does. Get him a little emotional, get him pissed off, and he wants to go toe-to-toe with me, striking, wants to knock me out instead of just taking me down. Outside that, I really don't see why he's doing it. Because on the flip side of that, you're going to get a pissed off Khamzat who is going to come out like a banshee, which he does anyway. But now he comes out even more aggressive. You're not a knockout artist. And you have this guy, this fighter in Khamzat from Chechnya, and you've made fun of, his dictator and his family and his training partners. And now his sole goal is to beat you as fast as he can and to embarrass you and really come forward and get your ass down and go for the finish. So the only thing that would make sense to me, I'm trying to get in Strickland's mind is, yeah, hopefully he's overzealous. Hopefully he's going for the submission too early and it allows me some space to get up to my feet and keep it going. And also burns, when you're fighting that upset, that passionate, that gas tank's going shh. So you're running freaking E85 fuel, man. You're running rocket fuel. And you don't have a lot of miles per gallon when you fight like that. I assume that's Strickland's idea. But those first, let's say 8 minutes, good luck. Those first 8 minutes are going to be fucking tough, man. They're going to be hell. And you pissed off this Chechnyan who is such a monster. And if you're betting on Strickland, you're betting on him weathering that storm. And goddamn, that's a storm. Because when you think about it, it's, Sean's a 5-round fighter. He likes 5 rounds. He likes winning round by round by round. He'll probably be down 2, if not 3-0 going into that 4th and 5th. So if you're his team, you're banking on Khamzat being so tired from trying to kill Strickland, taking him down relentlessly, going for finishes that by that 4th and 5th round, his gas tank spent and Strickland's marching forward, teep kicks, landing volume punches, and winning by TKO. You're banking on that. I would not bet on that. I would not bet on it. Is there a chance? Absolutely. I think stylistically, I would put anyone in that division a massive underdog to Khamzat, but just stylistically and because of his biggest weapon, his cardio, I'd say Strickland's his toughest matchup, but he's still a, whatever it is, plus 500 for a reason. I'll tell you guys, when you're picking this fight, yeah, Strickland's a plus 425. When you're picking this fight, I wouldn't be surprised if Khamzat just goes right in there and takes him down and submits him in under a minute, and it's just pure fury and pure fucking Chechen fire. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Strickland's surprising a lot of people and surviving on the ground, and come that 4th, 5th round, Khamzat has his hands full, but it's just too late for Strickland because he's so behind on rounds to win it and loses in decision. Unless Khamzat's completely exhausted and Sean can get the finish from volume punches late in the 5th. But it's his chances are about 5%. It's just a tough matchup for anyone. It's not a knock on Strickland. It's just a tough matchup. But the shit he's saying, that's the only thing I can really make sense of it. You're banking on increasing your chances to win, and Khamzat fighting with so much anger that he burns through that gas tank. On the flip side of that, you're pissing off a Chechnyan who's a fucking demon, and he's going to make you pay for it. And by make you pay, he's going to hold that choke way too long. And shit's going to happen. Guarantee you, shit's going to happen. Do I think a fight's going to happen? Of course. Is there going to be some issues before? Absolutely. UFC's going to have security there. It's a fascinating fight. It's a fascinating fight. I don't think it's the last time they fight. I do think Khamzat wins this one, goes up to 205. But when's the last time we had a bad blood fight like this? They fucking hate each other. And you heard Strickland's comments. He's like, they're not letting me around Khamzat. They're protecting him. It's like, or they just don't want anything stupid to happen. And, you know, some of the language that Strickland's using, according to Luke Thomas and his sources, and he's pretty damn dialed in. I guess Paramount hates what Strickland's doing. Hates it.
Of course.
Hates it. But also, it's not like he just started doing this fight. What do you think you were getting into, Paramount? This is kind of part of fighting. You know, there's a few outliers like this. That's what you paid for. Nobody looked into it. That'd be like buying the Dodgers and be like, what the hell? There's a Japanese dude as a pitcher? Like, hey, man, he's always been Japanese. Like, fuck, we didn't know that. You're like, well, he was here before you bought it. He's one of the most famous guys. His name's Otani. Like, man, you know? Look into it, dude. As Eddie Bravo says, look into it. But boy, is it building the fight. Again, whether you agree with it or not, it's building the fight. It's building the fight. It's weird because Khamzat's like the boogeyman. He's the scary guy. And because of Strickland's ways of approaching this fight, it seems, you know, Strickland's not really the baby face anymore. Interesting dynamic. I can't wait for this fight. Can't wait. Cannot fucking wait. I mean, I'm a degenerate. I watch everything, but buddy, this one, it's like, oh my God, I've been asking for this for a hot second. Now you see, you got this one right, man. This is an amazing matchup. Joshua Van, Tetsuro Taira. You picking Taira, Chin?
Damn it. I saw the damn
He's fucking good, man.
No shit. But I saw a countdown recently.
Ooh, the countdowns that get you.
Yeah, dude. I was like, fuck, Josh was actually really good, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. His hands are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Joshua Van fan. But Taira's, he's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Joshua now.
Mm-hmm. We'll give our official picks on Thursday, Shrew, when Nick's in here. Because I think you're the one out of me and Nick who called Carlos Prates.
Yeah, but mostly because I was just like,
switch it up.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, good pick. Mm-hmm. Volkov Acosta's a great fight. Now, Volkov's known to make it a little boring, though. He can. But big implications in the heavyweight division there. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, contrast of styles, fantastic fight. And then old throwback.
Yeah.
Old throwback. King Green, Jeremy Stevens, dude. Just first team all violence, both of them.
Great fight.
Gutierrez, it'll be a fun one. He's there for a reason, to get people excited for the main card because they're hoping he starches homeboy.
Oh, Yaroslav Anasov. He's that dude from Ukraine. Remember, Bellator champ? He went back to Ukraine to fight for his country?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Grant Dawson, never mad at him. Alvarez the monster. Jim Miller, Jared Gordon.
Dude.
What'd you say?
I said, dear God, Jim Miller.
Yeah, dude. You're damn right, Jim Miller. You're damn right. I saw Clay Guida this weekend.
How's he look?
Good.
Does he still have long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think so. Or it's in a bun. You know, there's a lot going on at those fights. It's stressful because they make me do the in the cage.
Yeah.
You know, like Rogan does.
I saw it. Dude, you're so huge. You made them look so tiny. Everyone, even like Yoel, you made him look so tiny.
Yeah, Yoel's not that big in person.
Well, I mean,
on camera, he's so jacked, right? I'm not saying he's not jacked, but he's not like this figure where like, oh my, how the fuck? Mm-hmm. You know, he's muscular for 49. He's muscular. He's built like a Ninja Turtle, but it's not like if if you see Brock Lesnar in person, you're like, Jesus Christ. Or I was in Vegas training when Uberim was Uberim, and he was kicking pads. I'm like, oh my God, he's in my division. You know, there's certain guys you see where like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yoel's not one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because you're so big, maybe you made him look smaller, but if you're saying he's not that big in person.
Yeah, he's not small, but because of the hype on the internet, and I haven't seen him for a while, even in my head, I'm like, this motherfucker's going to be so big. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So if RAF happened, you'd be...
Oh, wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would get fucking lit up by him.
Well?
Wrestling? Yeah, I can't. No, I can't compete with a Cuban Olympian wrestling chin. I like it. I like your confidence, but that's a tough one. Yeah, even the fight, like there's one big black dude, I think Lewis, he knocked Timothy Johnson out. And when I got in the ring, he's listed as 6'6". Now I have shoes on, but I think I had my Jordan 1s on, the originals.
Was Daniel James?
Yeah, Daniel James. Daniel James knocked out Tim Johnson. Now, Daniel James listed at 6'6". And I interviewed him, and you tell me how tall I am. Dude, that Brandon Gertz, if you want to watch any fight, that Brandon Gertz, it was so damn good.
Oh, he looks giant.
He's a big cat. Has the Predator Badlands tattoo. Mm-hmm. Great movie. Yeah, he's 6'6".
Okay.
But if you go to my IG, you'll see me in the ring. Now I have shoes on, but they're Jordan 1s are like this, dude. They're small, almost like wearing Chucks. Oh, I guess see that Rogan tweet.
Okay.
You see where I'm up there looking juicy? Go through. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're bigger than him. He's 6'6".
He's 6'6". Now, unless I'm 6'8", but I bet he's 6'5". Can you take my shoes off? Get rid of my hair? We're about the same.
Not 6'6", though.
No. Neither one of us are 6'6".
Okay.
Oh, dude,
What?
This made me laugh so fucking hard. This made me laugh so hard. So this Joey McGinnity 624 goes, got them alpha, got them alpha vibes going on. Love it, bro. Let me send you this. Where's it at, dude?
Alpha
me and my
vibes.
brother were laughing so hard at this. Jay screenshot that and sent to me. Dude, I could not stop laughing. I do have fucking Alf hair. It's so fucking funny.
Like this kind of picture here?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I look like Alf there. Dude, go back. Dude, it's Alf spot on. Let me see. It's so fucking funny.
I remember Alf. I grew up on Alf.
Yeah, we all did. If you're a real one, you know fucking Alf. Dude, God, this made me laugh. And Alf has it long, long in the back like I do, and I have the big nose like Alf. And my eyes are similar. And we're both brown. Oh, fuck.
This is actually really good. Hold on.
Nick Simmons made that.
Holy shit. Yep. Same shit.
Isn't it? God, that made me laugh. We look exactly the same. Fuck, that was good. I mean, I laughed at that all weekend. God. Because I get my haircut, they're like, same thing. I'm like, I guess. It's like this rat tail type of thing out the back. I don't know.
Oh, you still have a rat tail thing?
Yeah, dude, it's long.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I could braid this rat tail down the back. It's like a mullet-ish. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my hair. I just keep on keeping on, baby. Yeah, I look like Alf.
No, this is a great resemblance, without a doubt. But I wonder where you got that from, though. the dude that originally wrote it, Joey McGitney.
Got them Alf vibes going on. God, because Alf has the long hair down the back. He's spot on, dude.
Yeah, but how did he pull it from there? That's so crazy.
So good. So fucking good. I look like Alf.
I guess so.
All good, baby. What did Rogan say about...
let's see if it's still there. I'm going to go back.
So this is Rogan goes on Khamzat being the favorite. Okay. 100% he has a shot. Listen to me. An expert allegedly... Listen to me. As an expert, allegedly, he's got some of the best takedown defense in the game. Underrated grappling. Strickland has a legit chance. Agree. Out of all the guys Khamzat has fought, he has a chance. I would have asked, I don't know who Rogan was talking to. I would ask, what percentage do you give him? Because having a 1% chance, you could say he has a chance. I give Strickland...
So it was during one of his podcasts.
5 to 10% chance.
5 to 10
10%
of winning.
Of winning. It's a very, very tough fight. Because what the you're banking, if you're betting on it, you're banking on the fact that Khamzat can't finish him, and you're banking on Strickland's grappling defense over basically 15 minutes, which is very, very tough to do. And then you're banking on, during those exchanges, Khamzat's gas tank depleting so much, he can't keep his hands up, and Strickland's cardio carries him through, and volume of punches finish him. If that makes sense. So, no doubt he has a chance. And when it got announced, I'm like, oh, that I could see Strickland being a problem here. And he plays spoiler. But he has a 5 to 10% chance. Yeah, it's not as cut and dry as people are going, dude, Khamzat's going to take him down and submit him. Yes and no. Yes and no. Strickland's fucking game, dude. Strickland's game. DDP was able to take Strickland down.
It'd be incredible if Strickland won, but I think of all, remember, I'm always like almost 50-50 with a lot of main events, but this one I'm like, I don't see how Strickland wins. No. But it would be, if he does, that's like that's like Israel winning against Alex.
I agree. It would be insane. Yeah. It'd be insane. Insane. He beat Izzy. I thought he beat DDP that first fight, which was a split. He's beat Imavov, who's ranked, 1 or 2 now. He's beat some tough dudes. Beat Paulo Costa, and then beat Fluffy. Where do you rank Sean? His all-time middleweight. If he were to get past Khamzat, dude, that's going to hurt some people's feelings. That kid you hate, that kid who talks all that shit, he beats Khamzat. There's a conversation of, whoa, hold on. He beat Izzy, who's top 3 greatest middleweights of all time. And they beat Khamzat, undefeated Khamzat on this tier.
It would be monumental.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. And the other thing you have to factor in too, which is another feather in Khamzat's cap when you're breaking on this fight, is Khamzat hits a lot harder. Does he have as good as striking as Strickland? No. But as far as finishing a fight, if we're calculating the power shots of each fighter, let's say you're using Fight Camp and you're using the trackers like I use, and they can calculate power pretty damn good, and they're both throwing right hands or left hooks or whatever power shot they want to, Khamzat's probably twice as hard as Strickland. So that's the other factor, is if Khamzat does land, which, people do land on Strickland, it's tough. His defense is so damn good. But if you were to be so worried about the grappling and getting taken down where he's open to heavy shots, that's a problem. That's a problem. So that's another thing where you lean towards Khamzat. It's like, all right, well, if they do get in those exchanges, Khamzat has a power advantage there too. He's not as good as of a striker in any facet, especially defensively. But if you're down to play that game 1v1 and get in that Mexican phone booth and trade, you would favorite Khamzat if he lands. Sean Strickland's not a knockout guy. He's a volume guy, strategy guy, cardio guy. God damn, I can't wait for this fight.
Yeah.
We say, God damn, I can't wait for this fight. And then Khamzat could go in there and just fucking nuke him in 30 seconds because he's so pissed off. He called him a goat fucking. Like, okay, well.
And he's done that a few times too.
Yeah. Yeah. What else you got, Jen?
Alrighty. We already talked about the Gamebred fights pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Yoel actually broke freaking Nicholson's jaw. No, he didn't.
Nicholson thought he had a broken jaw, and then because he tapped fast, he never tapped the strikes. And then I saw him after in the back, and I was like, damn, dude, broke your jaw, but he's talking to me. I've seen guys with broken jaws. Never broke my jaw myself, thank God. And he's like, no, it's just, I thought it was broken. It was just out of, like, you know, when your jaw gets dislocated.
Oh, okay.
So they set it back, and he just had this huge gash on his lip.
Okay, well, that's good then, because
Yeah.
I know he had his jaw messed up before.
Now, the Baboon Palomino versus Daryl Horcher, man, that one was tough. And my favorite ref of the night, and Daryl Horcher was definitely winning 2-0 going into that third round. There's 30 seconds left, and they stopped the fight way too early. And that's such a shame. Such a shame.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, such a shame. But Brandon Gertz, John Teixeira, if you want a reason to watch Gamebred Bare Knuckle FC, watch that fight. One of the best fights, whether it's UFC, Ryzen, Cage Warriors, BKFC, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I interviewed both guys after that fight.
What's wrong with that?
That's how good the fight was.
Oh, okay.
Usually you just do one.
Oh. All right. I don't know what to think of this too much, but so Canelo Alvarez went to the longevity clinic in Switzerland, and it says after 21 years as a pro, with close to 70 fights, his brain is completely clean. His biological age is revealed to be 26.
With zero chronic inflammation, only 3 people in the world have ever had results like that, one being Brian Johnson.
Your guy.
Oh.
This guy, remember?
Yeah.
Odd kind
I
of
call
dude?
bullshit on him with those tits. I'm not buying that. And his face, everything.
But I mean, do you believe in like?
Not really. Not really. I did that, like Ways to Well has this, and they're like, your biological age actually is, and I think they said I was like 34, 33. You know, I don't know. Compared to what? Your average 43-year-old or your average, however Canelo
Yeah,
is?
I don't know how could they even like pinpoint it.
Yeah, because that's not saying much.
And no inflammation at all. I mean, come on, dude.
I know. Because your average 43-year-old in America, you know, it's like you're compared with that. That's not great.
Also, zero chronic inflammation, so he could still have inflammation. Anyway,
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's fun for headlines and shit, but I don't know. All right, what else you got?
okay, this one's pretty wild. So this is a face-off between the Pitbull brother and someone in the karate combat that they're supposed to fight, and this is what happened. Let me refresh again.
Let's take a little break here and let me tell you something about my intentions of what I wear every day. Leaning into pieces that feel easy, comfortable, and still put together. It just makes getting dressed a lot simpler. You don't even have to think about it. If you have stuff that works, the essentials that are comfy, you want to rock those. Quince has been my go-to. The fabrics feel elevated. The fits are clean. Everything just works without, we got enough going on with our lives. You don't need to overthink it. It's one less thing you got to worry about and you still look fly. Quince has all the wardrobe staples for spring. Think 100% European linen shirts from $34, late white, breathable, and comfortable, but still looks put together. You don't look like a slob, even on the plane, at barbecues, baseball field. You look clean. All right, you look great. The pants also hit the same balance, relaxed, comfortable, but still polished enough. Wear pretty much anywhere. Again, barbecues, baseball field, date night. We got you, man. It's getting hot out there. Look fly. Don't look like a bum, but you're still breathable, baby. Everything is priced 50 to 80% less than what you find in similar brands. Quince works directly with you, the client, and cuts out the middleman. So you're getting premium stuff without all the crazy markup. All right. Quint sent me their linen shirts. I got the pants. I wear it in the Texas heat. There's no issues. My legs breathe. My wiener breathes. We feeling great. We looking good. You look fly. You don't sweat through it. It's fantastic. I wore it in the DR. I wore it in the Miami. This stuff is weatherproof, battle tested. All right, so refresh your everyday luxury. You actually use. Head to quince.com/Schaub, SCHAB, for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada. That's QUINCE.com/Schaub for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Schaub.
I told you, don't elbow him. Why he's holding me? Come on, he's like this. Why is he holding me?
Yeah, few good questions in the comments there. Mayhem Miller wrapped their hands with CVS receipts.
Because there's a
And then
CVS in
also
the background.
my respect to they who fought the three of them and stood there. And then also, this is the best comment. Why is the face-off on a lawn at night?
Yeah.
I'm with you, man.
People were talking smack about
Yeah,
that.
it's a little low budget.
So, okay, I guess that's where the fight's taking place, around that area.
Well, it's Miami.
But then, so this is what happened. This is what one of the Pitbull's brothers said. He got to receive the cut, and because of this whole, whatever that happened, whatever scuffle, he got this like cut, and he can't fight now.
And this is the shit. It's like going into the Khamzat Strickland fight. I know I keep going back to that because that's the most relevant fight. Mm-hmm. And it's like with Armin too, like headbutting Dan Hooker, and all, so it's like people are like, oh, the UFC needs to just let Strickland and Khamzat do the face-off, do all that stuff. I'm with you, but there should be so much security. We need the optics of it, and we want to see that to build the fight and get not pay-per-views, but to get eyeballs on the sport. But the issue is the number one worst thing that can happen, shit like this.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? You body lock a guy right there, no gloves, nothing, and now you're out of the fight. So doing this to build the fight, there's no fight.
Yeah, here's the shitty part. So when I saw the body lock, I'm like, immediately I'm thinking, what the fuck, whatever, Pitbull, you're taking it too far. But apparently this guy and his team beforehand, they went to like where the Pitbull brothers were with their families and stuff, and they came by with water guns. some stupid shit, and I'll show you the video that happens here. This is the Pitbull brothers saying like this stuff that the Karate Combat doesn't want you to see.
Nunca teve tanta visualização como está tendo agora. Propositalmente esconderam algumas imagens. Nós decidimos mostrar para vocês. Já que eles estão tentando manipular as imagens, nós mostramos do nosso lado e o que eles cortaram. Só a verdade, acompanha.
And they're, oh, wow.
They're with the families, right?
Oh, wow.
The way he put this video together is pretty funny.
Oh, wow. They're straight fight. Oh, damn. They're straight fighting. The video's great.
I know. Like all the angles too. Like what the?
Yeah, how they get so many great. Oh, shit. I'll tell you what, people are getting fucked up.
This is a legit brawl.
Yeah. Boy. They're probably not going to spray water at him anymore. Is the guy there fucking up the fighter?
I think it's part of his team, but I don't really see him there.
Man, that guy got fucked up. Look at his face. Dude, this edit's great.
That's the Karate Combat president.
Man, it seemed like the Pitbull fam beat the shit out of him.
It's hard to see everything that's going on, but
awesome footage.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm with the Pitbull bros on this. That was fantastic. That made my day.
So then I'm like, I kind of give him a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I get it. He's like, what the hell are you doing, man, in front of my freaking family? But now Now, was it worth it? Nobody makes money.
No, that's the stupid part. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Alrighty. Let's go to. Oh yeah, what do you think of this? I mean, this happens all the time, but so Charles Oliveira signing an 8-fight deal with the UFC.
My question for the fans out there, everyone's like, "Oh, sick 8-fight deal, and he's getting paid now." It's like, my question for you is, why do you think they signed him to an 8-fight deal?
Mm-hmm.
He might have 2 or 3 left, if we're lucky. The 8 fights is so he can't go anywhere else. It's 8 fights, which in boxing would never happen. It's 8 fights so he can't go over to MVP. He can't go to any other organization. He can't do anything else outside the UFC. They own his ass now. So I'm glad that he's going to get paid for his next 2 fights, maybe 3 if we're lucky. But you basically just signed the rest of your career to the UFC.
8 fights. I mean,
8
come
fights.
on.
And there's not a fucking there's no world where he has 8 fights left. Unless he hangs around too long and stuff like that. But the reason they did it is because they just want to make sure he doesn't jump ship and get big time money in MVP and these other organizations.
When they do that contract stuff, did they promise him a good chunk of money then? So he's like, all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he's making really good money for a UFC.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's making good money, but it's 8 fights. So if I was his manager, you'd probably try to get to 3 to 4. 4 could probably cut in half because let's say for Charles, they're giving him $1 million a fight, which would be high. But let's say they're giving him $1 million a fight. He fights 3 times. That's $3 million. And then he's like, fuck, dude, I don't want to keep fighting these monsters. I guess I'm done. I don't want to keep doing this. You ain't getting out of your contract. Now, you could have, if you sign a 4-fight deal, maybe you get out of it. You do 1 more for the fucks of it. You make another $1 so you're at $4 million. And then you jump ship, you go to MVP and make, for 1 fight, double what you made for those 3 or 4 fights. Just for 1 fight. And then you can retire. But now...
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it's like, at least it's, if they do pay him a lot, it's just like guaranteed, good to go, no risk. But
yeah, you're just cutting the legs from under your fighter, though.
Yeah, that sucks. All right. This was kind of a surprise, too. Arman Tsarukyan versus Tony Ferguson at RAF.
Tsarukyan's just doing the damn thing. I love it.
He's going wild.
I love it. And this is what you got to wonder, too. Like, the number one knock, there's 2 knocks on Khamzat, really, especially with the DDP fight, is not a killer finisher. So that he'll I'm sure he hears that, gossip on the internet and stuff like that. It gets to him. So he's going to look for the finish against Strickland. Okay. But the other big knock on Khamzat, he's not active. He fights once a year, basically. That's just not, come on, dude. We got to get going. So if he fights Strickland for the middleweight title, wins that, right? Defends his belt. All indications is he jumps to 205. So you have a double champ. But you have a double champ that fights once a year. And when you're double champ, that's an issue. So hopefully he encourages him to fight at least twice a year now. Or he vacates one of them and he only fights once a year, but it's not ideal. But what Tsarukyan's doing, staying active, man, and just keeps building this momentum in RAF, it's insane. It's absolutely insane what he's doing. It's so dope. I love it.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you about RAF after this, too. Also, Tom Aspinall is saying now that he's basically ready to return. So I'll just let him talk right here.
The UFC have told me that I'm fighting the winner. First and foremost, I have to get my health right, which is on the right track.
When are you thinking about the comeback? Any specific month?
No specific month. I'm waiting to get clearance, which is going to be coming soon. They've just told me. Any specific month depends on the UFC. Those other 2 have got to fight each other. Let them do the thing first, recover from that, and then when everybody's ready, we'll do it. We are just en route back.
Yeah, so I bet he fights
the eye hospital where today
late
I've had a
Q3,
scan, and things are progressing in nicely, which I'm very happy about. They're saying pretty soon, things keep moving in the right direction, I will be cleared for contact. I am back in the gym. I am back training. no sparring just yet. But
So not sparring yet, but training and back in the gym.
That's good. And these fans look all of a sudden, huh? All of a sudden. It's been on a hot fucking second, dude.
Oh, but you were going to say something?
He'll fight Q3, early Q4.
All right, here's some random one. So Joshua versus Fury, according to Turkish, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, Turkey. He said that he wouldn't have it at Wembley Stadium unless Dua Lipa performs, which is a weird ass request. And apparently she declined to perform there.
I bet that doesn't sound like Turkey. That sounds like some bullshit.
I've seen it in different ones.
I mean, that'd be so stupid. The reason they wouldn't hold it there.
Yeah. Anyway, this is I Show Speed at St. Lucia doing some weird body boxing thing with this one dude.
You want a box? You trying to box? Give me gloves.
Damn. And this is just them rolling down the street, and the dude's like, let's box. Here's some gloves. I Showed Speed's a fucking athlete, man.
He seems like a really good athlete.
Yeah, good dude, too.
And I think he knocks some dude out in the same area as well.
He just keeps it keeping on.
Yeah.
Any more UFC highlights, Jen, or just these?
There's no
influencers?
UFC stuff other than obviously the Khamzat. Check this out. This is Larissa Pacheco. She's the one that won against Kayla Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
So she fought this one girl in karate combat, and check this out.
Oh. That girl was not ready for it.
No. So she got destroyed. If you look at her record, so this is Larissa. So she fought Cyborg last, and of course she lost to Cyborg.
Good fight.
But all these like legit people in women's
she's a
MMA.
nightmare.
So not Nunes, but
who is this girl?
This is Larissa Pacheco. She
Yeah,
won.
I know her,
She
but
won.
let me see
The other one.
girl.
This is her, Julia Stasio.
Damn. What the fuck are they doing fighting one and
She
one?
looks like an influencer type of boxer. You know.
Go back to the fight. Let me see the fight one more time. That elbow to the back of the head stuff. Why would she elbow her there? Yeah, that girl was not ready for this. That girl needs to stop doing this.
Yeah.
What? I can't believe I was gonna say sanctioned, but I don't know if there's a commission. Yeesh.
This is more rumors that Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov.
Yep, I've heard that. Krylov.
And then this is not so much a rumor. Johnny Walker versus the how do you say his name?
That's the move though for Johnny Walker.
He's going to heavyweight.
It's slim pickings at heavyweight, man.
Della, who's Tom Aspinall's training partner.
Yeah, the big guy. Mm-hmm. Big guy.
And so over the weekend, David Benavidez.
Crazy combo to finish the
Yeah.
fight. Benavidez is a motherfucker.
But then there's like, I don't know, have you seen the videos of him throwing an elbow?
Canelo was like, no, sir. No, sir.
Hold on, listen to this guy.
Things do happen. It's the flow.
Oh, God. He just,
somebody's foot on accident.
this is stupid.
You bite somebody's
Just
foot
watch.
off on accident.
No, I saw it.
You throw an intentional elbow.
No.
on accident. Things happen. It's how are you going to combat that? So the question isn't, is this fair or is this illegal? No, things happen in combat sports
Correct.
that are illegal as hell.
Correct.
Guess what? The cameras won't catch it. People won't catch it. You won't catch it. You'll just be catching these hands. You won't have enough time and space to complain about it.
Well, the elbow didn't really make it that big of a difference. He was getting lit up.
So is that possible in striking, like to do this and then come back?
He's coming, then he's coming back like this. Yeah, that's part of the game, man. It's not like some cheap thing. I highly doubt he trains that.
This is pretty crazy. So
Seems like we're all out of current events.
Hold on. Olivia Rodrigo did her monologue on SNL, and she mentioned Jake Paul.
They came up together as
They
Disney
came up together.
kids. Yeah.
And then, well, here, let's play it.
Not sure why they cut with that. Then when I was 13, I was on a Disney show called Bizarre Bark. And we had an incredible cast, which included acting legends Jake Paul. And we'd always talk about our futures, me and Jake. I'd say, I really want to create music that explores the complexities of girls my age. And he'd say, well, one day I really want to beat up old guys on Netflix. And we both did it. Hooray!
But Jake's response is where it's cool.
Yeah.
So this is what he said.
Said, we had the vision. I told you that you would sell stadiums out, and then we both did it. Proud of you for real. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really dope, I thought.
Yeah, that's
All
cool.
right.
Is that it, brother?
That's it.
Let's go to some fan questions. We'll wrap this thing up, bud.
Alrighty.
Let's take a little break here. Let me tell you about my friends at Shopify. Starting something new isn't just hard. It can be terrifying, overwhelming, some would say. So much work goes into this thing that you're not entirely sure is going to work out. It can be hard to make that leap of faith. Trust me, I know. When I started the Big Brown Breakdown, the merch, I was like, man, what are we going to do if no one listens? What if I mess up? What if no one listens? What if no one watches? Now, I know that was right thing to do because I believed in myself and I launched this Big Brown Breakdown despite all the fears and hesitations. It also helps when you have a partner like Shopify right by your side. You feel like you can conquer the world. Cha-ching! Right? Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. 10% of all e-commerce in the US of A. From household names to if you're just starting, they cover it all. All right? Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. We got you, man. 24/7 customer service. They're the best in the game. They have the Shop Pay button. Dude, it's used by millions of businesses around the freaking planet. It has the best conversion for checkouts. It boosts conversions, meaning less carts go abandoned and more sales for you. I use that little purple Shopify button all the time. Like, oh, it has all my information. Boom. Shows up to the house. It's that easy. It's time to turn those what ifs into cha-ching with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period today at shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase, SCHAUB. That's shopify.com/Schaub. Cha-ching. All right, let's take this episode on home, Chinster. Fan questions. Big Brown Breakdown. Again, if you're wondering how you can submit your questions, the best way for us to see them is in the YouTube comments on this episode for Thursday's episode and Friday's episode. So drop them in the YouTube questions right now. Put fan questions so Nick and Chin see them. That's the easiest way to get it done. These are the ones that were DM'd to me. So we try to get to all of them. We're doing our best. So love you guys. What do you got, Chin? Record diaries. Fan question. Do you think with all the UFC champs not being as active as Izzy was and moving up for champ status, holding up divisions is hurting the sport? Yes. I think they should have a rule where you got to defend it 4 times, 3 to 4 times before you jump up to another division. Because I do think it hurts the division, especially when they're inactive, like a Khamzat or Islam's a little inactive, right? But I really think that you have to defend 3 to 4, I think 4, and really dominate your division before you even think about going somewhere else. I think it's bad business when they let them jump around. Angus.E99. Question for the Schaub Show. Big Brown Breakdown, dude. What's up, guys? Is Gable Steveson debut the biggest UFC debut since Brock Lesnar? Who do you think his first fight will be against? Chin, you're the GOAT. Brendan, you're a legend.
Thank you.
Be funny if he's like, Chin, you're a GOAT. Brendan, you're all right. Gable Steveson, biggest debut? No, because he doesn't have the same type of hype that Brock had. He's just not as well known. He's not the same star as Brock Lesnar, right? Come from the WWE. So there's not that magnitude of expectations on him. He hasn't crossed over for the casuals. For the hardcores and for those of us that watch everything, we can't wait for it. But if you go to your local Starbucks or Summer Moon or Styles and Switch Barbecue and like, hey man, Gable Stevenson's fighting soon, they'd be like, who? So that's the issue there. He's just not as big of a star as Brock was. And when you say UFC debut, you know, you got to remember when we're talking about not just MMA debuts, but UFC debuts, remember Anderson Silva, Chris Lieben was big, Rampage was big, Crow Cop was big. You got Shogun was big. And obviously those guys had massive careers outside, but as far as UFC debuts, Kimbo was big. There's a lot of guys that outrank Gable Steveson. He just doesn't have that background of stardom from, winning the gold, but he's a huge prospect. I'd say biggest in a while, but I'd say Bo Nichols had more hype than his.
So I think prospect, like you said, prospect's probably one of the bigger prospects.
But as far as straight debut, I think Bo Nichols had more eyeballs on him.
Yeah.
Last _monkey_bomb. Fan question, even though it might be a huge gamble, if Gina Carano actually beats Ronda Rousey, even though that's a huge gamble, if it does happen, will that be the last time we see Ronda Rousey in MMA, period? Been watching every pod since the days of Evan the Beard. Chin and Nick Davis are the best producers around. Keep it. Love you guys. I think he said keep it going. So if Gina beats Ronda, is that Ronda's last fight? According to Ronda, it's her last fight no matter what, win or lose. So she said she's not moving on. I'd be surprised, depending if she looks really good, feels really good, and it's an easy night. I could see her doing like a Holly Holm thing if the money's right. Maybe a Cyborg. Kayla Harris, depending. If she feels great, I doubt it's her last one. But if she loses, absolutely it's her last one. She'd be so embarrassed. Trent.Wilson13. 2 questions for you. One, how do you think the behind the closed door sparring match actually went between Jon Jones and Anderson? After the fact, Dana was pretty adamant that they would never fight. They also conceded with the uptick in him pushing the Jon Jones narrative. Man, there's such a discrepancy in size too, and with the wrestling, which Anderson wasn't great at. I would assume they didn't go too hard in the paint on each other. So I definitely favor Jon pretty heavily if they ever did compete.
Did Jon ever go hard? Because he's such a GOAT. Like, did he ever go hard on like you and the other guys? Like,
yeah, he'd go pretty hard. Yeah, but again, nothing out of line. Like not some of these guys you see. Not like a Hector Lombard or some of these other guys you hear stories about. 2, I know it's gotten old and will never happen, but what do you think of adding new weight classes? Me personally, I would add 165, change welterweight to 175, add 195, add 220, and make the heavyweight 230 unlimited. Here's the problem with that, buddy. 165, I agree. But when you start going 195, and especially the 220, I think the heavyweight division is already depleted. It's just going to make it more depleted, buddy. There's just not enough big bodies competing in the UFC these days. He says, I'm a college baseball player right now and would like to say you're doing a great job parenting your kids along with teaching and guiding them through baseball and how to play the game the right way along with lessons it teaches. Tell Brian to ditch the sandals. Big fan. Love all the work you're doing. Keep it up. Thanks, brother. Good luck with your season, man. I'm not sure where you play at, but playing college ball's no joke, man. Good for you, brother. Bruce.15 Jared. This guy gets it. Fan question. Big fan of the show, brother. Big Brown Breakdown is back. That's right. How good is Carlos Prates? I expected a much closer fight. Me too. If I'm the matchmaker, I do Prates Morales. Winner fights Islam. Couldn't agree more. JDM versus the loser of Sean Brady versus Buckley this weekend. Dude, couldn't agree more. 170 is the best division in the UFC at the moment. Couldn't agree more. This guy's awesome. Keep killing it. Love the show. Just wish we could find Chin a real woman. So there's Chin. Everything you're saying, though, brother, I agree. Carlos Prates is very good. He had a night. But Prates versus Morales is the fight to make. And then JDM versus the loser of Sean Brady Buckley makes all the sense. Or even the winner. Even the winner wouldn't be bad because, JDM was 1. He might go down to 4 or 5, and then it's a good feather in somebody's cap. I think Buckley would be a nightmare for JDM, man. He just, I don't know what we're going to do with him. At the Combat Daily. Fan question, another Carlos, all right. After his stellar performance on Saturday, do you think Carlos Prates will jump the queue and get the title shot this year? Has to win one more. Because remember, he just lost to Machado Gary not too long ago. Also, do you think boxing got a bit exposed after JDM's beating? I've often heard people say that he has the best technical boxing in the UFC. It looked that way, but strength of schedule. But against unconventional strikers like Prates, who used a lot of Muay Thai striking, JDM's boxing was practically useless. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes, too. Like, if you were to put a really skilled kickboxer versus a boxer, the boxers usually get eaten alive with the knees and elbows and shit like that. I think this further proves your point that wrestling is the best MMA base. Easy. A good wrestler could take and keep a striker like Prates down. Thank you for your time. Couldn't agree more, brother. Yeah, having the wrestling base, you're not going to entertain boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, karate. It's like, cool. If you can't wrestle, you're fucked.
Prates did say, too, that after the fight, he was actually scared of JDM's boxing. He was like, his striking.
Technically, and you watch on film, that motherfucker can box. But, you know, shelling up and against a Muay Thai guy and up the middle, especially those knees, the uppercuts, the elbows.
Those knees are insane.
Eaten alive, dude.
Yeah.
So great points, dude. Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
All right, kids. Thank you for your questions. Again, put your questions for Thursday's episode, Sunday's all fan questions episode in the YouTube comments, or you can DM me, but the YouTube comments are the best way to get on the show. Love you guys. This is the Big Brown Breakdown. We're officially back, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you Thursday. We got big fights coming up this weekend. We'll get into our picks on Thursday. We'll get into more in-depth breakdown of the main event especially. It's Khamzat Strickland. Take my money. If you see me around town, say what's up. This is the Big Brown Breakdown. I'm out.